Let me turn it over to you, my dear partner.
It's strange when a guy that looks like me is the boss, isn't it? Strange.
Well, let me tell a story. Wait, I can tell you one story.
That's one of the boss, not really.
No, I'll tell you one little story. Robert and I traveled to Europe together a little over a year, maybe a year and a half ago, right? And we had the 2-for-1 plan. So I had a first class ticket, but someone could come with me free in first class. Robert, 2-for-1, right? So we're traveling. We start in the United States, go to London, and then end up in Spain. Make a very long story short. Whenever we would hit customs, Robert was randomly selected. Robert, I'm going through and you're following. The funny thing is this, and I'll never forget this one, we're leaving Spain. I believe we're going to London to switch planes. And they grab Robert. And there's people, no disrespect, you know, that look like they're from the Middle East and they're real terrorists and everything else, everywhere. But Robert's the only one that is randomly selected. Sorry, Robert.
I want to bring Angus in because we had a little hand in this, so I think you guys are going to get an experience which is the most important. Angus and I travel the road on behalf of hairdressers and we do things, and we were talking about the product because we grew up in this. Between me, him, Steph, we are Paul Mitchell culture all the way through. You know we've never worked for any other company. We are true blue. So we started playing around with this black bottle. So the first thing I want to start with, I love that we've switched our white iconic status and put a bit of black and expensive and lacquer. I love, love, love that. I also love that we have the exclusivity. This is the first salon in America to have the line not just here for display, it's for sale after we finish this event, and for a couple of months we're going to be ahead of the curve. That makes me really understand the value of exclusivity. So this is historical, but Angus and I really get involved in this because we speak about this to hairdressers around the world. He's also a brand new salon owner in Beverly Hills, so let me pass it over to Angus before he gets ready for the big show tonight.
No, luckily, just selfishly, I'm really excited because I was the one planting the avocado when I was 13. You could just imagine just how happy I was that we've just reinvented the brand again. And for me in Beverly Hills to be able to really have my salon experience a notch level higher, something that we can be a bit more diverse within our product line. We're not adding just another shampoo. We're actually creating a sulfate-free shampoo, which just adds beauty to everything. So, end of the day, I can't wait to get excited and just become as
well, I know you planned it, I know you weren't paid a lot.
well, no, I was paid $1.50 an hour. And then when I gave him the hours, he said, son, you didn't work those many hours, so I'll just give you half. Now I know all that hard work in the back break was worth everything.
We could afford to pay you more.
I remember seeing the first time I ever seen Paul wasn't live, it was on video. And it was a piece that him and John Paul, and you'll see a little glimmer of this tonight. You will see Paul Mitchell, the man. Some of you may never have seen the guy. I had the opportunity to work with him on stage. There's a piece where I see Paul climbing through gullies and stuff to find this avocado plant, and he squeezes it, the pure bulb of the Hawaiian ginger, right into his mouth. Talks about the ancient Hawaiians. They discovered it and told him it was this new shampoo. He said, where will I buy it? He says, not for sale. It grows in the valleys and gulches. 30 years ago, before BP and the global economy, Paul had a solar farm. Before it was hip, before it was green it and mean it, it was that ahead of its time. So not only are we proud of the originality of avocado and the ownership we have as a company, but more importantly, the legacy part of this story. It could mean a lot for different companies, but because ours is coming from the historical trail, I think that adds even more to it. It makes it so unique and believable. We're not trying to sell a thing. What I will tell you about this line, if I'm confident enough to switch the usual black and white into the black bottle, we have everything. He mentioned sulfate-free. We know that people are ingredient enthusiasts. Who knows what I mean? This is beyond that. This is for the awareness of ingredients. I have a man with gray hair, doesn't color his hair, and I talk about sulfate-free. He said, I'm going to try that. I said, why? He said, I read all the magazines. They're telling me sulfate-free is a good way to go. So we're going to open up to a lot of things. Damage and treatment. I'm looking to Steffi only because, first of all, there's not a lady created more chemical addiction in the world than this on her own head and millions of others. But to have something for a hairdresser, I've seen me in the sink removing foils or perm rods and noticed there was still hair in the foil. And I want to look for some miracle and hope Jesus loves me to make magic happen and save my reputation. We have that answer. with the treatment. I'm going to have Steph talk about that a little bit.
I think one of the greatest things, first off, is to be a part of a culture. And when you look at exclusivity, which is what Paul Mitchell's granting all our new salons, with exclusivity, with like American Express, comes rewards. The rewards is a luxury treatment. And when you have something luxury on, whether it's a diamond or a new pair of crazy shoes, you feel so special. And when women and men style their hair, they wear product all day. Why not have the product do something? And what I love is it's blanketing the hair with an amazing condition and an amazing new feeling that clients aren't used to. It's a luxury experience. And when you look at a treatment, clients recently, they're not in love with their hair, so they're straightening it, curling it, putting it back, putting it up, and thank God they come in for color, because that's what keeps me going. But when you think about color, it kind of makes hair maybe not be as healthy as it was until it's retreated. With our new treatment, what I love about it, it's a triplex, and right away, what does that mean? It's three. Three is easy to remember, and like John Paul, so John Paul, really good job. I'm very impressed with that way. I was like, he took all the numbers, because math is not my strength. What I love about it is as it enters the hair, you automatically feel a nuance, a new fabric in your hands. And it's a two-step treatment. One puts the protein in, and the other one puts the amazing avapui right on top. And when you sit under the hood dryer, it will renew your hair. Your hair will never feel the same, even after just one shampoo. So what I love about it as a hairdresser, it allows my clients to have the opportunity to come back in more often. And what we're noticing, it adds a frequency of business. So in these times of trouble, here's a way that we at Paul Mitchell again are reaching out and helping salons like Paul did in the beginning to really fall in love with it. Paul was one of the most amazing hair cutters because he made hair move like fashion, and now we have the chance to change fashion, make it healthier, make it shinier, and make people fall in love with Paul Mitchell and just flock back into the salons. So the treatment is kind of like a little ampule that is like this little, I don't know, it's like I pull it out, it's like a drug. Here you go. The clients are excited about it, and the most important thing that I love is they're like, my hair's never felt this way. A guest was texting her friends, and all of a sudden I had 12 new guests that afternoon. And we got them all done because we work as a team. And when you work as a team, many, many great things happen.
Now, you could just see, I was in the salon last week, JP, and we only had the send-in case, and me searching this out, and they opened a safe to bring this out. Now, one thing I love about this is it's not for you. This is professional only. The whole system's in 7 pieces, pro only. This is the magic of the sink that I control the power. And what I'm saying is there's a couple of things, and you guys are all pro in the business. Do you know the biggest thing that hit our industry lately is frequency of visit has dropped to 4 times a year. Now I say that with a question. What does that mean to you? Trends will get longer. If people aren't coming to see us, now what does that mean for me in the treatment selling business? Because people are going longer, fabric gets longer, we're going to see a huge explosion in the treatment business. Now what I love today, the whole purpose was here not to launch or sell your thing, was to give you the experience. I've used it in my goatee. We probably won't sell much. But what I really believe in, guys, when you feel it, you're going to be as excited as we are, because this, from the minute you smell it to everything you touch, the sulfate-free, and we've all heard this logo before, the one exception to this particular one, it lathers. It makes bubbles everywhere you go. This product line, all the way through from top to bottom, is the most exciting thing I've ever been involved with. Yates and Nanette, who are the marketing geniuses behind it and the advertising, the way they brought it all to place, and the fact that John Paul and Angus gave us permission to go as far as it took, this is a genuine, honest belief here of conviction, not the paid endorsement that sometimes we're used to. So I feel that the most important part, all the staff here are trained on it, every single person that works here. We are the best service givers in the world. We've created awapui menus to give you the awapui experience. It's about the take-home activity, so 7 of the products are for take-home use to maintain the beautiful result. Some of the technology, we have beautiful sea salt spray that makes hair magic and effortless, but as you work through the line, you're going to see a lot of things that you're probably going to want selfishly for your own hair. Forget the other people that read your books, okay?